guys, I wanted to do a review today of George R.R. Martin's A Game of Thrones, which is the first book in the A Song of Ice and Fire series. And you may have heard of this because HBO just started filming it, and they showed the first season. The first season just ended, and the first season covers this first book. And I love this book. It's a big book, almost 700 pages, and it's very in-depth, and it's not a quick read by any means, but I really, really enjoyed it. Lots of characters, lots of backstory, lots of action, all that. So, I mean, if that's kind of your thing, you should definitely check it out. The main story is about this whole kingdom. I think it's called the Seven Kingdoms, but it's kind of one big kingdom now. But it's ruled by Robert Baratheon, who's the king, and his right-hand man, the hand of the king, recently died. And there are some questions about his death and all that jazz. But he goes to the northernmost holding in the kingdom, which is Winterfell, and is ruled by Lord Stark, who is his friend, and who helped him become king. And so he goes to Ned Stark to ask him to become the new hand of the king. And so that's kind of the beginning of the story, and the story is told from a number of different perspectives, and most of those perspectives are from Ned and his family. And so he takes a number of members of his family to King's Landing. Is it King's Landing? I'm pretty sure. With him when he goes to help the king rule. And from that starts all kind of, stories of intrigue and backstabbing and all these hidden plans and, spies and whisperings behind the king's back about everyone wanting to take power, people either wanting to take over the realm, or the people supporting the king, and the king's wife and her family have their own, plans, the Lannisters. And one of the Lannisters, the queen's brother, Tyrion, is one of the other people we get a perspective of. And then there's the Targaryens, who are the former ruling family. There are only two Targaryens left, Viserys and his sister Daenerys. And Daenerys is the last person who we see the story from her perspective. But her brother is the one who wants to reclaim the crown for his family. So it really is a Game of Thrones. It's everyone's family trying to get the crown, or trying to protect the crown from those people who want it. And there's romance and action and war and pretty much anything you could want. And there's also some mystery and mystical elements. There's magic. There is the creatures that live in the beyond the wall, because in this world there aren't normal seasons like we have them. Summer can last for years, and then winter can come and last for decades or centuries and just destroy everything. And so they keep saying winter's coming, and along with winter comes all kind of creatures that they believe to be extinct but are starting to show up. So I don't even know what happens to all that yet, but this book really just has everything. And in the back there's a whole index of the families and their histories and anything you could want to know about them. And so yes, if that sounds interesting to you, I definitely think you would like this book. Very medieval, very, I guess I don't read a lot of fantasy, but I think it's kind of the typical thing there. So yes. If you've read it, let me know what you thought. Any comments, suggestions, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. And if you have read it or just want to hear my thoughts on some more specific things that happened, stay tuned after the end of this video for some of my spoilers and stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye. I actually don't have as much to say regarding spoilers as I thought, but kind of more who's my favorite and who I hate. My favorite characters are Daenerys Targaryen. I love her and Khal Drogo together. How she was kind of sold into the marriage and didn't really want to be part of it, and did it all for her brother, but then she really grew to love him, and they were just super cute together, even though she had to do some gross stuff. Eating the heart was disgusting. And then I'm so mad that he died. I mean, I liked him in the book, but if you watch the show, he's so hot in the show, so there goes the eye candy. So that, kind of sucked on two levels. But I like them together, and I'm really excited to see what happens with Daenerys and the dragons. That is very exciting, and I can't wait to see what happens with that. And I'm so glad that she, that they killed her brother. He deserved it. And that she's really coming to her own, and she's like, take charge and kicking ass and all that stuff. And then I also love Arya. I can't wait to see what happens with her. But I feel so bad for her. I'm mad that they killed Ned. That was so unfair. But I like her. I want to see what happens with her. I hate Sansa. She's just so whiny, and has no backbone, and I mean, now maybe she seems to be changing a little bit with what happened with her father, but we'll see. I don't like Caitlyn that much. Ned was okay. I don't like Bran. Jon Snow is alright. I kind of dig the Wall and all that stuff and all his friends and how they, hated him at first, but then grew to like him and love him as a brother, and they went out to bring him back when he was leaving and saving him from being a traitor and all that. So that was good. I like that. Tyrion, I love. I love him. He's so funny. And he doesn't, he says whatever he wants and doesn't care what people think for the most part. And when he told the story of how he got married and he loved the girl, and it turned out that his brother had hired a whore to pretend to be this girl in trouble, and they ended up, it was so sad. That just ripped my heart out. It was like the worst story ever, but it just made me love him all the more. Like, he's gone through so much in his life, and, he's dealing with it, doing what he has to. Did anyone else die? Everyone always dies. I hate Jaime Lannister. I hope he dies. I was so mad that King Robert died. Again, in the book, he was just okay, but I liked him in the show. He was really funny. I liked how, even though he was king, he probably wasn't that great of a king, but I liked how, even though he was king, he still loved to drink and kind of whore around and go hunting and just do what he did before. And Prince Joffrey / King Joffrey, tell me you don't want to punch that kid in the face. I was just talking on Facebook about how Dolores Umbridge from Harry Potter is my most hated character ever from anything, but Joffrey's given her a run for her money because I can't stand that little turd. Which is the point. And I hope Sansa kills him. Like, she was thinking about pushing him off, the castle wall or whatever. I wish she would have. Maybe she will. And I hate, of course, his mother, Cersei Lannister. She sucks too. And I kind of like Littlefinger. What's his name? Baelish. He turned on Ned and was kind of one of the reasons that he died, but I like how sneaky he is and how, he's out for himself and no one else. So, I don't know. So yeah, I guess that's really all I had to say. Let me know who you liked, who you hated, what you're looking forward to, and all that. And talk to you guys later. Bye.